Is up, YouTube family? Welcome back to Making Money with Rock Daisy 15. All right, fellas. I messed up a few videos, but not really messed up. Y'all guys still got all my everything all my fishing footage. You know what I'm saying? You guys have it. But what I did is I put a video out before, and I should have. This video should have been before the one I put out today. So this video and the video I already put out today, they're back. They're switched. You got to switch those, which is not a big problem. It's just all the footage of me fishing and us grinding all the way out. We're a team here in this. I'm going all the way with you guys. Like I say, this is a game that I know I'm gonna have to put money in, but I'm gonna try my best not to put money in it. I'm gonna try to grind and not and show people that you can get away with it. And maybe how wrong it is that they make games that you have to put money in, and you can't pass the stage until you put money in. Here, first thing I want to show you guys, if for y'all don't know, you can get worms from right here. I told y'all about that in my last video. I actually wanted to come over here and show you guys. The reason it says I can't get worms is because I'm not broke. And so I guess you can't get worms until you're broke. And that's kind of cool. And that tells you where I am, too. I'm in Texas, of course, where you can be broke and fish. My thing is, I wonder if you can get any good fish. You know what I'm saying? I wonder if we can get good fish with just worms. So, especially worms out of there, because the worms from the store might not be the worms that actually grow in the decomposition pile right next to the water where the worms probably come from. So that's worth it taking a look. I don't know if I'd ever be broke, but if I do, hey, I'm gonna try it. I've been telling you guys something that's quick. Subject change. Switch. Let me see. What is this? This is I want to say I fished 3 points right here, but I don't think I do. I think I just tried to fish right here and just go ahead and switch up. I don't think I fished my 3 points. In this video, I'm gonna kind of talk to y'all a lot about switching your lures versus fishing in 3 points. Because everybody wants to switch lures instead of fishing in 3 points. Fish to your left, straight ahead of you, and to your right. And then switch lures. If you do that a couple times, you don't get anything. Like right here, all I did was switch lures. And I think I catch a bass right here pretty quick. And y'all seen while the guy was just tipping around and I didn't catch anything. But yeah, here's a quick bass for you guys. Just quick money, quick EXP. And that's a nice bass. Just off a quick, and that's a ounce and a one and a half weight on that spoon. So it's kind of a bigger spoon, but not the biggest spoon. It's not a aught. So here we go again. Same spoon. I think I catch a bass pretty fast right here. And then it's just a lot of money making in this video, really. A lot of kind of highlights, a lot of what you can catch fish with. Cause like I say, I'm not trying to teach anyone the game. Just if you want to kind of look into the game, worth to see if you want to buy the game or see just how to fish certain places. And so this is Texas, and I'm gonna fish a couple of, and see, look right here, I'm switching up. I didn't catch anything right there, so I'm gonna switch up. I'm not gonna change my spoon necessarily. I'm gonna just change where I'm fishing and see what happens. We'll see what happens. And I might have to do this, a couple times, but at least once, twice, and then 3 times. Then I'll change it. But look at there, I got a bite right there, and don't give up on your bite. After they hit, don't necessarily give up. Go ahead and keep it coming in, and watch how this stuff pays off. Watch how it pays off. Look at yonder. That's money in the bank. I'll take close to 100 per fish here in these early levels. I don't want 30 and anything 40. I don't want anything under there. That was a quick show of the same spoon with another bass. I couldn't get that clip in there very quick. But I got it in there real quick anyways. But that was another bass off the same spoon. And here's the same spoon again. And I think in this clip, I don't catch it right off the back. But before I change my spoon, I'm gonna do my little 3 points. I'm gonna go out left, I'm gonna go out right. Look at here, got me one pretty quick. Got me a fish pretty quick. Look at yonder. It's hell of a bass back here. I really like this back corner, but you know, like I say, I wanna get better at the whole game. Once I know how to catch fish, there's no need for me to continue to catch them unless I'm doing what I'm doing, which is making money and trying to get XP. But really, it's more of a money thing. XP is gonna come. Some more money in those gold coins so you can get up there and fish where you want to fish. Because money's going to come. And look at here. Same spoon. See what kind of results we get out this same spoon. This is all in the same day. This is all in the same area. I'll tell y'all when I transition areas or if I transition times. And like I said, I'm not going to be real informative about the bait I'm using because you can read it on the screen, not no spoon. You know, you can see my pole and tell I'm an early level, you know. If you didn't know what my pole was, I'm pretty sure you could look up and figure that out too. But I'd tell you if I was using a different pole. But all this is 6 pounds. Look at yonder, he's touching it, and I'd advise like that, they touch it, slow her down. Slow down, keep her out there, see what happens. See what happens. I wonder if I catch one on the end of this. Look at yonder, he's playing. Boy, you got to learn how to finesse those spoons, boy. They want to put them in their mouths, but they tend to not want to pick them up. You got to learn how to make them pick them up. That's another reason why you guys, when I was telling you about catching that gar, that's another reason why you want to fish that certain lake and learn that little trick that they do to make them bite. Because if you know, you got to learn what fish like and what fish don't, how to actually catch fish. Some fish will hit your bait and they'll lay on it, and then they'll hit it. You know, then they'll take it, and you'll be sitting there not knowing what's going on. See, like that. That's that 3-point fishing again right there. I didn't catch, so I switched. I didn't change my spoon. I just switched the spot I was fishing in. And you don't have to switch dramatically. You just got to get out there. Even if I get a bite and I don't actually pull it in, I'll still switch just to give that fish a little time to readjust. Right here, I think I'm changing spoons or bait. Somewhere around here, I flip and go to fishing on the other side just to see, you know, because sometimes I get to fishing, I get kind of bored, I get kind of antsy. And like I said, I get tired of catching the same fish over and over and over again. I really don't know what I'm doing right here. I don't know why I put this in my video either. I don't like to put just air, just space. I don't know what that crap is. So I'm gonna fast forward that a little bit. Sorry, I got y'all looking at an empty screen. That's ridiculous. Sorry about that, guys. Whoa, 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 what is happening here? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What is happening here? I remember where I was, though. I was right here. We were going through this. I wasn't even moving, though. I was just sitting there, wasn't I, for a while? So that might not be it. Let's go through this one. I think this one was it. No? Oh my goodness, what have I done, fellas? As you can see, I'm not a pro at this yet. But we'll get it in here. We'll get it. Because I didn't go that far. Couldn't have went that far. There it is, right there. There it is, right here, sitting here looking at this darn screen somewhere. Let's see if I can find it. See if I can find it. Okay, I'm gonna find it. I know how I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna count down of what I've already went through. I'm at number 8, so 8's right here. There I was, right there, looking at that screen. I guess I'm gonna play it from here. I think right here I just spin around and start fishing out of the big part of water behind that bridge. Put me some minnows on it. I actually don't think I started out with minnows though, but I might have. But that's what I'm doing, is just learning the water. Like I say, I get bored sometimes when I'm playing. I get antsy. And so I just switch up. Hey, I'm not gonna fish for this fish anymore. Forget XP. I mean, forget, all of it really. I'm just gonna finesse. I'm gonna get out here and see what's in this water. And you mess around and you catch trophies and things like that, and that's what you actually want to do. Get out there and catch some of those smaller fish to add that XP that you can't necessarily get off of catching just the big fish. We try to get all the big fish and forget about the little fish. You don't want to necessarily forget about the little fish, because that boosts that XP for when you get to that next stage. You got that extra little money, because you spent time getting those extra little fish. And panfish aren't that bad to catch. Once you start catching them and go to looking at them and seeing the prizes that you get for them, for catching them, you get all kinds of prizes. I've got line. I got a line. I think it's 38-pound line. I got it for free just for catching fish. I can't even use it yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at it. I mean, I'm pretty sure I could throw it on, but there's no sense in it. Well, but it's, I think, 1,500 foot, so I guess I can use 200 or 300 foot of it. Just to, but hell, that's dumb, like I say, because if you get something on that you can hold, you're not going to realize it until you break your pole. Snap, now what you going to do? And I do not have the money to fix my pole, I don't, poles are expensive at my level. $4,000 or $5,000 is a lot of money. And when I only had 11,000, and then where you going to go fishing at? You can't go fishing with just $2,000. Right here, I have no idea where I am, but it's okay. I'll find it. More bass. More bass, more bass. It can't be too far from where I was, though. But yeah, this is just me getting money, man, getting these bass. Okay, this right here is where I spent around. But I could have swore when I spent around, I had minnows when I spent around, but that wouldn't be a very good idea either, so I guess I really didn't. I went to this longer spoon, and then I went back to my I switched back to this spoon and went back to my three-way cast and cast one side, cast the other side, and I still pull in 2 casts. I pull a lot of fish out of here, and like I say, it wasn't to necessarily catch a fish. It was just to see if this spoon works over here. You know what I'm saying? I get bored, and I check to see if these food is over here. I check to see if these fish is over here anyways. Just like I say, trying to learn the game. That's it. Instead of trying to look on these YouTube videos, just kind of get a little information that you can use and then go ahead and try it. Because even like I said, the lake that I'm at now, it's such a cool-ass looking lake. There's no reason why you shouldn't go in some of them cuts and some of them corners and some of them just to see what's back there. And switching your baits, looking at, they got a fish species over there to tell you what bait you need to take it and use it. Look at this guy. I got a fish. Sorry. Okay. Oh my god. Don't do it, honey. If it's bothering you, I'll do it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. And that's why you gotta hang them up real fast. Yeah. But anyways, my friends, back to the video. Yeah, I just switched sides and just went to playing over here because I got tired of fishing, really. I wanted to kind of get off the game, but I wanted to really stick with the game. And I have no idea what I'm doing just standing here. I don't know why I put this crap in the video. I'm the one that edited the video. There I go. I'm moving now. I'm just standing there. Okay, that's what I was doing. Yeah. And like I said, I'll tell y'all when I fast forward times if I don't show y'all. But that's me fast forwarding times, of course, to when the fish are biting. And I'm still using this gold long spoon. Throw it out here and see what I'm doing. Because as you can see, there's no real plan. I just went from one side of the lake to the other side. And I think here in a minute I'll walk around the whole darn lake just to see. You know what I'm saying? Just to see. And I end up catching some trophy fish over there too. And like, it ain't big money, but it's big XP. And that's what I'm looking for, so I can get that level 18 and get the darn poles I'm looking for. Because like I say, there's going to be a small grind to get from 16 to 18 because of the poles you have to use, but the lake that's open for you to use it. And so for me to go to that lake, I need at least 30 pounds, and that's not happening. That's just not going to happen. So I'm actually be fishing over there with probably maybe a 10-pound line. I'm still not at that level 18, not going to be able to get a 30-pound line. But same spoon, still doing my water coverage, fishing in three lines, fish left, fish forward, fish right. Just covering water so I don't have to keep changing my spoons like everybody say, change your spoon, change your spoon. No, don't change your spoon, fish in a different spot. Because one thing you know, look at all them lily pads. It's fish all in there. It's bass all in there. So there's no sense in switching. Just fish in a different spot. Now you fish in a different spot 3 ways, you don't get nothing, then switch. Then switch. But I'm not going to sit here and tell you there's one damn spot you can catch fish. I don't believe that. There's updates all the time in this game, and the reason they update the game is to change shit up. Look at that. But we know it's bass over here. So look at these bass I'm pulling out. Same spoon. And like I say, this is a good place to farm, which is why it's free to fish here. You can get all kinds of fish here, especially if you fish at the peak times. I think I'm finna switch spoons right here. Let me see what I'm gonna do off in here. Looking for something. I'm looking for something. I'm a spoon fanatic. I think the spoons and the jigs do the same thing as live bait and dead in those balls and everything. I think I can catch everything that those things can catch, except the catfish, because the catfish is just such bottom feeders. They ain't trying to look at stuff tumbling by. But the rest of these fish, they are on these stages anyways. When I get up in them other stages, everything don't eat like that. But a lot of stuff, these spoons can handle a lot of fish. So I invest a lot of my money in fish. Can't equip. What am I doing? Come on. I know I'm going to stick to that 3-point coverage in these videos. That's one thing I want to burn in y'all's heads is that 3-point coverage. 3-point coverage. I guess I must have filled my line up, my stringer up, and left. Now I'm coming back. And I do believe I'm coming back to the same place, to Texas. Because that's where you spend your time at and get your money at. But after this video, my next video, I'm going to probably be, I don't know, I kind of might spend some time here, but I might go and head to those other lakes and just start grinding in there for those little panfish until I get to level 18 and be able to get that pole. Then I'm going to stay at that place. But that place is so big, it's not going to really hurt to stay there because there's so many different places to fish. But I'm going to stay there for a couple until I can get big enough to pull in them gar, and then after I can pull in gar, I'm not gonna be afraid of any other fish. But that's gonna take a whole lot of work for me to get there. So here I am, back at 5 a.m. Of course, peak time of fishing. This is when I run around the lake and try to see what's actually in the lake, cause it's a peak time, so I might as well see. And I know this water, it looks a little lower than the water on the other side. This is just by the way the lake looks. It looks like this is water's not as deep as up there by that bridge. So I'm still gonna try to fish a spoon over here, knowing that I shouldn't. That it's probably smaller fish over here, but I'm gonna do it anyways. And then that's just a little FYI, you know what I'm saying? A little something for me. And look at yonder, I catch something off a damn nano spoon. I guess nano spoon is kind of smaller, I guess. So a little fish ain't scared of it. It is so hot in here. So obviously I'm going to change because I already know it's just too hard for me to fish like that in that shallow water, knowing that, you know. But, you know, like I say, ain't nothing wrong with trying everything, because what I know about fishing ain't necessarily how you know, actually fish. Because I'm not close to being a bass fisherman. I'm just a recreational fisherman. I just like to get out there and fish. So these balls right here, let's see where I started fishing with those simoleon balls. I'm so far from where I think I should be at. But all of this footage, ain't none of my footage just very, very long. You might catch me sitting there for a second, but you can cool believe I'm doing it just to show you guys how long it takes to catch a certain fish. You know, sometimes it's bait that sinks to the bottom, just like in real fishing. They gotta kind of find it, or it's gotta smell real strong, and they can find it. But if it's just sitting there not really smelling, like they'll kind of have to swim by it, or at least kind of see it. So I have a little patience when you're fishing at the bottom. You know, when you're fishing with any of these dough baits, these balls, have a little patience. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not giving off vibrations like your spoons. But they most definitely catch fish, and they catch fish fast. So if you catch yourself using these things and you're not catching anything, you're not going to catch anything. You know what I'm saying? Give it 2 or 3 minutes or nothing is at least tapping at it, then that's not a spot for that lure, for that bait. Like, I've never caught anything with that crawfish. And finally, I started catching with stuff with crawfish. It was because I wasn't fishing deep enough. Maybe I think that's what it was. Because I think I finally caught a catfish here off of that. But, you know, it was like here recently. It wasn't when I first started. And I kept. And so I had finally took the crawfish out of my tackle box because I never caught anything with it. And finally, I did. And I might not have caught it here. I don't want to lie to you guys. I might not have caught that here. I might be lying. See, look at here. Just coming to the side and just switching up and just trying to see, because I didn't know that was going to catch a fighting buffalo. But guess what? I caught a fighting buffalo, didn't I? Caught a nice, and it didn't have the XP on there, but I'm sure I got some nice XP for it because I haven't caught a lot of those buffalo, which they're not a good buffalo fish, but they're freaking fun to catch. They're quite a fight after a day of not fighting anything. You know what I'm saying? Like right here. Takes a little time, but I'm gonna catch another fish. You know, and I think this might be a panfish right here. Might be a nice little XP junk. You know, but I had to put him in there. Of course, he's a tiny one, but I like I say, this is gonna be from beginning to the end. So I'm gonna show you guys everything. You know what I'm saying? That's just me really finesse fishing right there, just learning what will it catch, and then put that in my little old memory bank. I think I'm gonna go ahead and go with these blood worms right here. Blood worms work fast. But then, like I say, look at how fast these blood worms. And like I said, I'm not gonna teach y'all where to fish. I'm gonna teach y'all how to fish. Look at how quick these blood worms work. And then you'll know if you're fishing with something that's not going to catch, that you shouldn't be fishing with right there. And I always move my pole to the side so I can see my bobber, because I tend to watch that bobber right there. Look how fast that's catching fish. If you're not catching fish kind of fast like that, or at least getting bites, switch up your shit, man. There's too much water out here. You know what I'm saying? I walk around a little bit and use that bobber in a different coverage. Actually try to find some different coverage too. Don't just find a different part of the water. Try to find maybe some water that's not so deep, or maybe send your lure deeper, or send, you know what I'm saying? Switch it up a little bit if you're gonna just fish with that same thing, and you know, then don't feel like that. Oh no, you just can't fish with blood worms right here. No, change your depth. You know what I'm saying? Change your depth, cause that's a lot. That works too. But like I say, as long as you're even like me, I want to sit here and show you guys that I'm gonna sit here because I see something's playing with it. And sometimes now another trick is that these little fish, they don't bite that 2-aught shit. They don't bite that 1-aught hook. You know, you gotta go down to a 6. Go down to another 6, a number 6 hook. A lot of people say go down to a number 2. I have a lot of luck with that number 6, but the number 6 is the only hooks that I have that's small. And tell you the truth, that's the hook that I started the game with. That's the hooks they gave me at the beginning of the game. And so me buying any more different size hooks smaller than an 0.8, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to stick with that 6. But here, as you can see, I do got a 6-aught hook right here. And that hook's strong with that strong string I got. It's strong. It works good. I haven't seen that I need to buy a stronger hook because I got a lot stronger string. It's just the size, it seems like to me. But I think I'm finna, here in a minute, I'm gonna switch up to some cheese out here. And at this lake down here on this end, that's all that's down here, panfish. There's bass down here. I pull out some bass down here, but get down to the left down in those where you can tell it's obviously shallow at. So that's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful panfish down here. Beautiful little fish, you know what I'm saying? Not saying you can make a lot of money off of it, nothing like that, but you can get the experience, and not only experience, you can get the finesse for yourself. You know what I'm saying? To kind of know where you can go and get fish, where you can and can't go and get fish. And yeah, these fish aren't worth a lot, but it's the ones that you catch. It's catching the special ones. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's not worth a lot, but if you catch that one trophy one, that one's worth a lot. And there's quite a bit in there. Like I said the other day, I caught 3 redfin pickerel back to back. 3 back to back. So I always thought maybe it's just one trophy in there. No, there's I caught 3 in the same damn spot, right back to back to back. I was like, holy shit, that's all right. That's good money. That's good money. I dropped my business here somewhere. Okay, and then I switched to the side over here. I haven't broke out the cheese yet, but here pretty quick I'm gonna break out some cheese, and the cheese works just fine over here, just like these bloodworms, which is a trip, cause bloodworms compared to something that's not even, you know, food, I guess I should say, or you know, bloody. But these things over here, they eat bloodworms and cheese. So, you know, it's hard to sit here and say what these fish eat and don't eat. We must get out here and just fish, and then we become the teachers. You know what I'm saying? Because the game developers, I wouldn't blame them. I'm not going to tell y'all everything either, because that would make the game boring. If we had mods that you can throw your hook in there and catch every fish you come out with, there's no reason to play the game anymore. Just like if you go to YouTube and they can tell you every spot that you can go and just have your way, that's not no fun anymore. So I'm glad they're always updating this game, and that's why my videos, I'm not going to tell you where to fish at. I'm going to tell you to fish everywhere, kind of give you a clue of what to fish with, and then you put all those clues together, and you communicate with me and tell me so I can get better. Because like I say, I'm not the best. I'm not the best like that right there. I missed a fish that clearly hit. But I'm not going to bring it in because it'll pop up at the top that it stole your bait. It ain't going to, you know what I'm saying, it'll tell you it stole your bait. And it didn't say that, so I'm going to keep it in there. Because that bait is doing that damn good out there. Yeah, those bloodworms work fantastic. But like with everything like this, even okay, say check this out. Here, these little fish I'm catching right here, they're not worth a lot. But when you go to that other lake, like after what is that place? After New York, the lake that pops up after New York, you go there, you can actually farm these fish because they're they're bigger sizes, but that's a bigger thing of water too. And so that's where you sitting here learning how to catch these fish and knowing what you're doing is going to pay off when you see those same fish in higher levels. Because in those higher levels, those are going to be way bigger fish, and you're gonna be able to go over there and just act a damn fool. Where everybody else, they're like, I'm not catching anything. I'm not catching anything. Yeah, because you skipped all these lower levels. You skipped all these lower levels, and now you're sitting there lost. Where now I know exactly what to go to, bloodworms and cheese. Because why? Because I spent days and days and days over here in Texas against this wall over here. So fellas, just fish. I can't stress that more. Just fish. Even right here, I know better than throwing my thing out there because it's more deeper out there than over here to the left where I'm facing my pole at right now, where those lily pads are. But we're going to see what happens because I want to know, because some things I do know, some things I don't. One thing I do know is these little fish are in the lily pads. Are they out here further? And if they're not, what is out here a little bit further? And so I'll put that in the video so y'all can see what's actually out here, not to tell y'all what's out here and be lying or be telling the truth. But now you know. Now it's on screen. Now you know. Look. See? And so what is it going to be? Looks like a little tiny fish, but at least you know what's out there. So yes, those little fish do swim out there kind of far, when really I'd say they should be up closer. But I know there's bass closer. I think I'm going to catch a bass here in a minute. It's a little bit more of me. I think I'm going to walk down here and try to finesse in here. This is when you're finesse fishing coming in. This is when you know you're gonna go in and get snagged. But can you catch fish in the snags like that? You know what I'm saying? Can you actually throw your bait on top of the lily pads like I just did, or can you find a little hole in there like that? Well, we're finna see. We're gonna see. And I'll probably come out with a small fish, or I might come out of there with a bass. Who knows? But I'm gonna come out with a fish. Look at those blunt nosed minnows jumping off into the water like they jump off the lily pads. That's what they look like they're doing. That's a good sign of where bass are too, or where predator fish is. Bigger fish, anyways, is when you see those little, and right there you see that golden. Is it a golden common minnow? Something I can't think of what it's called, but you look close enough, you can see those little things jumping. And so you yourself, that's probably a place you should send a minnow. If you don't get a bite, hey, you didn't get a bite. But if you send a minnow in a place with minnows, what's that gonna? That's just something you should try. I'm not gonna tell you what it's gonna do unless I got actual footage of it, and I don't. So I'm not gonna sit here and tell you something. I'm just gonna tell you to try it. Give it a go. And that's why I like recording my videos, because like right now I could actually use my pen and my paper and write down that I want to come back over to this spot with the minnow just to see what happens, because I see there's minnows in here, and I can mimic a stranded minnow. I got enough sense to, if all the minnows are in here, I'm going to throw it a little bit on the outside, act like I was a minnow that kind of got away, just to see what happens. And then I'm going to throw it in here too, just to see what happens. The times, which ones is faster. So when I do start going to these competitions, because you see, have you ever looked at the competitions that are in like real time? You can't just start a competition. You got to kind of wait till a certain time of your real actual day in life and then get in there. Well, you're going to need to know, like one of your first competitions is pick out what fish you like the most and fish for it. Can you actually... because we're human. We're going to say, I'm going to go for the fish that's the biggest. We're not going to actually say, I'm going to go for the fish I like the most. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not common sense. Common sense says go for the biggest fish. So you're going to go for the biggest fish, but do you know how to catch it? Like the biggest fish, say it's catfish in that place where that first competition is. Can you catch catfish? Not only can you catch them, can you catch big catfish? So that's when all of this side catching smaller fish, catching every fish on your page. That's when that stuff's really important. Like right here, I know it's a wall of rocks. I know it's a deep slope right here, because you can see that fence up high and you see that slope going down. That means it's a drop off. That means it's fish right there. Fish love those drop offs like that, especially catfish. That's what I was trying to get from right here. I don't think I got one of those from here, but I put in my notes that this is a place I need to come back and fish, and I'd like to. I don't know what I'd like to drop down there, but I like to go deep right there. And that's, in real life, that's a good place to fish, how that wall goes down like that from that fence. And I don't know if y'all know, but you can go up on that road right there and walk down that road to get to the other side. This lake, you don't have to use fast travel anywhere on this lake. You can walk this whole thing. And a lot of people don't know it because they don't know you can walk on that road up there. Kind of pretty little scenery up there. But, I didn't catch anything on that wall right there, as you guys can see, but I put that video in there just to let you guys know that I'm not perfect. This is a real deal. I'm trying to learn. And what I do is I learn, and sometimes I write it down. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I write it down, and sometimes I come back to it. Like right here, I want to try something. I'm not fishing like a pro right here. I'm skipping around too much. I'm not really sitting still, but that's how it is sometimes this game. Sometimes you spend so much time at it that you just want to get it over with. Your license is in effect. You don't want your license to expire, so you want to fish until your license is done. Then you can call it a day. And so that's what I'm doing right here. And I toss it in, and I switch my spoon, as you can tell. Like I said, I'm not going to never tell y'all too much about my spoon, but there it is, a narrow spoon, because it's on the damn screen. And see what it does, you know what I'm saying? Just a little FYI for myself. And let's see what happens. I think I cast this once, and then, like I've been telling you guys, I cast once that way. I'm not gonna cast that way again because nothing hit. I'm gonna turn a little bit. That's the best thing you can do. Cover water before you switch your baits. Cover your water. Cover some water, and then switch your bait. Switch your spoon. I mean. And the reason why I'm finna show you the reason why. Because one thing we all know is our spoons work. Our spoons catch fish, right? So let's we don't have to keep switching. We got to keep tapping that water. Look at yonder. Look at yonder. Mhm. Mhm. And look at the size of it. You know what I'm saying? Just from a quick head turn. You know what I'm saying? Just from a quick head turn. That's how we got to start fishing, fellas. And that's pro fishing right there. That's covering water. That's what you want to do when you're fishing. You want to cover water. You don't want to go fishing in one line. You've been fishing 3 days in one line and caught 3 fish. You know, you could fish 3 lines in a day, and there's no telling how many fish you can catch. But you know, that's just something. And you see that quick, I hit this wall over here because I just know that's a good that's just a good spot to fish. It's just an awesome spot to fish. It's got it, and I didn't catch anything right here, I don't think, but I just wanted to put it out here that I tried. And at the same time, I think it's worth coming over here and see if I can figure out that spot, you know, because that's what we're trying to do is get money, and it's probably a get money fish off in that hole right there. See how I just kind of slid to the side because I want to stick against this wall. I don't think I catch anything here though. I really don't. I just kind of wanted to put it on there just to show you guys, you know, this is real. This is me fishing, every minute of me fishing, even the times I don't catch something, the times I did catch something. And look, I did catch something. I didn't think I would. That's a bass too. See what size he is. Coming off that wall, I'm telling you, I'm gonna have to get back over there. It's exactly what I was saying. Coming off that wall over there. That's why I like rewatching my videos. Coming off that wall is dangerous, fellas. We need to get on that wall right there. And I don't think that's something that they're gonna change in the game because that's something that is so true. You know what I'm saying? And those fish, they're going to be down that quick slope. They love them slopes like that. But when the water goes out gradually, you ain't going to catch, I mean, you'll catch some fish there, but not as many as when the water goes down straight like that. I'm thinking when it goes like that, it keeps a totally different temperature for the fish. But when it's long and flat, it's a totally different temperature. They're like, and I don't think they really like it. And then right here. What am I fishing with? Still with the spoon, just covering water with the spoon. Look at yonder. I think I'm going to switch up and go back to, I'm going to fast forward time and go back to the bridge. And, I think I'm going to continue the fishing right here. I think I'm going to fish in a straight line, show you guys that you can fish in a straight line and it does work. Like right there, I got a bite, and I don't go on my 3-point line right here. I go straight back ahead. The reason I showed this is because a while ago, I went left. I didn't catch nothing. I went right, and I caught a big one. Right here, I'm going to go forward once, and this is my second time going forward. And I just actually missed that fish. This is my third time going forward, and I switched my bait too to that bass jig. And so, yeah, I caught a fish, you know, but it's just a good idea to, you know, cover water. I know there's no right and wrong way to fish, but my whole thing is covering water. Yeah. Even right there, see, I just sticking in the same spot. I just don't like to fish like that. Just really don't like to fish like that. See, those are those weeds right there. It's not a fish. See, yeah, and I'm just doing this for the heck of it, just fishing in this one line, just to show you guys that, you know, it'll work, you know. But the thing is, what I'm saying is covering water. You know what I'm saying? You've came over here and you fished this one line, but look at all this beautiful water out here. You never touched. That's what I'm saying. Not saying you're fishing wrong by fishing in a straight line. You know what I'm saying? See, look at me. I'm just so tired of fishing right now. I'm changing up. I keep getting bites. I don't know why I changed my spoon right there because I'm still getting bites. Really, because I don't like that jig. That's probably why I did that. Because I really don't like those jigs. And they work. They're just a little difficult to move through the water. You know, and I don't like that. I don't like the way they move through the water like that. These are more, these move through the water with kind of relevant ease. You know what I'm saying? I never get out of control. They don't never really get away from me. But those darn jigs are, they kind of like this fish right here. I'm not gonna put that on my line. I don't save those $69 fish. I want $100 fish because I'm gonna fish all day. If I'm not catching in the peak times what I want, then I'm gonna fish all day because I'm not gonna just put anything on my stringer because, like I say, fellas, you can't take fish off a stringer, but you can't catch the big fish and put them in your basket. So it's best to have a stringer and just be choosy. And that's not the best way. That's just how I do it. I'm just going to be choosy because it all goes toward EXP. You just don't get money. In which I don't really care about no $30, $20 when it costs so much, you know, to fish on this darn game. And you need to keep money, so it's best to go ahead and try to be choosy about what fish you get. I'm not doing too good right here, am I? But it's on here, so I might catch a fish, and I might not catch a fish. But this is how the game is made. A while ago, I used that gold spoon, but I used that slender one too, and I was on the other side of the lake. I come over here and I use this one. It's not acting right. And forgive me, fellas. Sometimes I do fish in one straight line. Sometimes I forget to go left and go right. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I forget. Right here. Look at that. Look at that. I like the way those fish come and get it. You see them zoom out the back there. You can see them zoom up and hit it. That's why when I reel in, I kind of look down at the water so I can see the realistics of this game, because this is a freaking crazy. It's badass game. I give it to them. They were serious when they wanted to make a fish game. Right here, I switched to. I just turned around and it might be a little bit later in the day too, I'm pretty sure, but I just switched around and started fishing on the other side. Get up off me. With some maggots. Just like I say, just to, I get tired of fishing one way. I get so tired of, when you say you're grinding, and you're grinding those bass right there, you just get tired of grinding bass for a minute. You realize you didn't even fill up your... like my fish cell XS over there is only 15 pounds in. I forget. I just want to do something different. You know what I'm saying? And so I turn around and I start fishing off to the other side, just using different baits. Just, get my mind off of tapping that, that spoon. You know what I'm saying? I get away from that sometimes. But staying on the water. I went back to my red worms. That was a sneak attack. You know what I'm saying? I had to sneak attack me some red worms in there real quick. Because red worms will make you feel good about yourself. When you go without catching fish for a minute, you tend to... It's better to just switch up and do something else. Let me see. Yeah. I think right here I'm gonna catch a nice buffalo, and then I'm gonna have a few short clips of me just going through catching fish for a second. Fish of just me being bored and just fishing, and so like I say, just look at the tackle, guys, and that's pretty much tells you, you know what I'm saying. And it really doesn't tell you nothing you don't already know, or no information that I'm not already trying to give you, which is just fish. You know what I'm saying? Because even the things that the fish supposed to bite, I think they bite different things. You know what I'm saying? Because they want this game to be so real that they're only going to give you certain amounts of information and make you figure out the rest, which is why we play games. Let's not forget why we play games. We don't play games to go and get the information out of a book. We play games to figure it out and make ourselves feel achieved. That's why we have achievements on the video game, because achievements touch the spirit and makes you happy, makes you spend hours and hours in here catching fish that we don't really eat, we can't freaking touch. But when you live in a city and you can't go fishing every day, this is the best way to get your fish on. It even makes your wife mad. I like that. I really like that. You know what I'm saying? I never thought the video could, nah, let me shut up before she might be live and they're listening. Like, oh, and then all of a sudden the electricity goes off. I'm like, what? And she's like, what? Yeah, so let's stick to fishing, buddies. But no, I got an awesome wife. She doesn't fish, though. And yeah, it sucks because sometimes I fall in the water and I need some help and I'm out there by myself. Because like I said, I wear waders when I fish. I like to get in there with those bass. And I get in those weeds and I get stuck in the mud sometimes. But, if you go out doing what you want to do is what I say, you know what I'm saying? Instead of going out doing something like at work, something you freaking don't want to do. I died at work, damn it. I should have died at the water. I should have died on the lake, on the back of a jet ski. So what I say is do what you love, fellas. Work, go home, do what you love. I know we play video games and that's kind of just sitting around, but it's what I love to do. It's something that I really, really enjoy doing. And to get on here and talk to you guys and have a community, have some people who understand me, sitting in the house all day playing my game and having no problem with it. Understand that there's not a lot of people in my circle that understands that. So if you are watching my videos, please friend me. Please, you catch me going live. You don't have to talk to. I mean, you don't have to do nothing major. Just friend me and let's fish, because that's the community I want to be a part of. Because I feel like I've been a part of it for so long, since I started playing video games, and now we can. And a lot of people been doing it. I congratulate every YouTuber. I congratulate every gamer. Because it's some serious shit, ain't it? As long as we keep our things together, you guys watch your children and stuff. Don't be in there playing Call of Duty, letting your kid in there run his own bathwater. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of sad, too. So you guys get your times to play your games and take care of your families, man. And like I said, I think this is about the end of my video. I think I do end it on catching buffalo or the bloodworms. Say, keep your pole in the water, fellas. My bad, I shouldn't say that's what the other guy says. But that means I watch your videos, buddy. Say you're cool, everybody's cool. God bless you. Good night.